You guys just like you keep coming around. I just keep hearing about you guys.
And I might need to tell Ryan to cut that up a little bit and just put it in my audio for my phone.
First of all, I love the game. I had a passion to play the game, not only football, but I love the game of golf. And what it lends to a person and the friendships you develop on the golf course.
It's been a pleasure being on the drop. I wish you guys all the best down the road.
As someone like you have that golf itch like a lot of us do.
I keep track of you, and you are moving. You are on the move.
So listen, I'm a big New Jersey golf guy. You're very kind, Mike, and you too, Ryan. It's a pleasure to be on just a couple of Jersey boys here talking about something we love. All the best. I really enjoyed it.
All right, so today's guest, it's a special one here. You know, we've traveled up to Ferry Point, New Jersey to GOLFZON Range by Leadbetter. We're sitting here with the general manager, Ian Gillule. Ian, thank you so much for having us today.
Pleasure. Great to have you guys, Mike, Ryan. It's wonderful to have you here, and look forward to answering some great questions.
Yeah.
This place is really cool. I mean, we've been to a couple simulators, but you got something different going on up here for sure.
Yeah, we're proud of what's going on. GOLFZON is really at the forefront. They're cutting edge. There's been a lot of simulator places and technology that's developed over the years, but GOLFZON is the fastest growing and award winning. They've won many awards at the PGA show and keep developing. The R&D is doing a great job to stay ahead of everything and keep coming up with the newer, latest and greatest type of thing.
Yeah, so let's get a little bit into the background about you, how you got into this game of golf that, you know, we all know and love to where you're sitting today. So give us a little bit of a background about you.
Well, thank you. I if you ever saw my swing, you'd know my career did not start as a player. I was played baseball and coached college baseball, women's basketball for a number of years. So my golf swing resembles a little bit more of a baseball swing, but I can get it around and enjoy the game and love it. And I was very blessed. I cut my teeth in the golf industry working for the Metropolitan Golf Association, the MGA, which is the governing body of golf in this area. And I was with them for 5 years doing member services and learned a litany of things, tournament officiating, club liaison, public relations, everything. And I learned from some amazing people, Jay Matola, Gene Westmoreland, Jeannie McCooey, and so forth. And I always say it was like getting paid to get an education. You know, people pay to go to college. I got paid to get an education in golf and made a lot of friends. Then got in the for-profit side of golf, working for a dear friend, Eric Bergstall. Eric, you're probably best known for the architect of Bayonne, owner, Bayonne Golf Club, but he actually owned 9 courses at one time. He was amazing to work for, and I got started with him after the MGA. Then I had worked for Trump Golf for 9 years and moved around to several other clubs at the club level. And I had gotten to know David Leadbetter and his CEO, Ben Riches, over the years from doing events with them at the private clubs. And when David ventured into the indoor space, Ben talked to me about coming over here and getting involved, and it kind of lessened the grind of the private club world that I'd done for over 25 years. And I got in here, and I'm really enjoying it, and see the way people benefit from this and why David got in it.
So coming in here, it is a unbelievable space, okay? One of the things that we hear a lot is the differences in technology. You come in here, there's 22 bays, 2 of which are teaching bays for anybody looking to get private lessons, group lessons for their kids. But the technology is always the question that we get. TrackMan, Top Tracer. You guys have 2 different ones here, GDR Plus, Vision Plus. Educate the audience a little bit about the difference between them compared to, say, TrackMan, Top Tracer.
Sure. There's a lot of wonderful technology out there, and I would encourage anybody to get involved. If you want to learn the game and accelerate your growth while having fun too, because you can have a lot of fun on the simulators. Definitely get involved. And there's people who buy the home units for their garage, and I'm not going to say anything bad about that, but it's not like this. And TrackMan was a trendsetter for a long time. But what GOLFZON has done is they've really geared something towards the indoor space through the use of the high-speed cameras. It's not radar-based, it's camera-based, so you get really state-of-the-art video. And a lot of people like video. You see people at the range all the time, you know, mounting their their iPhone on a tripod and trying to capture it, and they have they have the programs and they're trying to self-correct. And David Leadbetter said it once. I think he said there's like 1 million different data points and swing instruction. All you got to do is go on YouTube or something like that, like every day. And a lot of people are trying to self-correct. But what GolfZone's done is they've zeroed it down. They've gotten great technology, and people like to see themselves on video, and they can see cause and effect things that others can't do. So again, while there's a lot of good ones, there's a reason that GolfZone's winning award after award after award and outselling everybody, because they've really got cutting edge stuff.
Yeah, I mean that was one of the things I liked when I was using it was the video aspect, because you see a lot of the ranges, all the indoor simulators have similar things with the numbers and the analytics and the data, but then being able to watch my swing and kind of seeing like my setup, and man, my hands are too far back or too far forward. What does it look like, frame by frame by frame? I thought that was a really interesting, but also very helpful aspect of things.
Yeah, I find it that way. You if you look at it, and you guys are obviously students of the game, your careers is in the game, and there's a reason Tiger Woods has a coach. There's a reason Tiger Woods has changed coaches. Look, David Leadbetter has 26 major championships under his belt. He's worked with the who's who of golf, from Nick Faldo, Ernie Els on the ladies' side, Michelle Wie and Lydia Ko. And if the best of the best, if they need a second set of eyes on their swing to pick up things, then the video helps so much, because you can't realize unless somebody else sees you what you're doing. I remember there was the old story about Jack Nicklaus, in Ohio, in the winters in Ohio, and his coach, original coach Jack Grout, he would tell Jack Grout, start me up at the beginning of each season just like I'm a beginner, grip, stance, the basics, because he had great eyes to see, and it's hard to tell when you're a little bit off, like you said, in hand position or setup.
It's funny you mentioned that, because that was one of the things last year when we came up and we had a lesson at the Leadbetter. Like, I had to put my eyes over the ball, and now this was on the range lesson, so we weren't in the simulator. But I thought my eyes were over the ball, right? And we fixed my stance to be a little bit more, and it's like, wow, what a difference! But I think they're over the ball, whereas until someone else tells you no, they're not. You need that second set.
For sure. I mean, how many times have you guys been on the golf course? I know you guys play a lot of golf, and I try and play too. You're on the course, either the two of you or other buddies, and someone's striking the ball poorly. They're having a rough day. First thing they say to you is, "What do you see? You see anything?" And we're not professionals, but everybody's always asking, I feel like I'm this. Do you see? Am I too closed? Am I too open? This is going to give you the data right there, right in front of you, and then you combine that with Leadbetter certified instructors to give you the analysis of the video, then you got a winning hand. We talk about learn, train, play, and that's kind of our mantra, and that's what you can do here.
Golfers, the wait is over. Weequahic Golf Course is back. After a 5-year renovation across all 3 Essex County tracks, the trilogy is complete. And guess what? They saved the best for last. Weequahic is the first public golf course in the Garden State, opening over 110 years ago. This golden age design just got a modern revival. Architects Stephen Kay and Kevin Wager have enhanced the original Vescu mounding, pop bunkers, and classic greens, delivering a strategic test that's as mental as it is physical. It's golf like you've never seen. Vintage architecture set against an urban backdrop, with planes soaring from Newark Liberty International Airport, views of the Anheuser-Busch Brewery, and even glimpses of One World Trade. Weequahic is truly one of a kind. Modern turf with old school soul. You'll feel the ghost of the game walking with you, asking where the hickory shafts went. Weequahic Golf Course reopens Thursday, July 31st. Be a part of the next chapter in Garden State golf. And then another thing I really liked was the putting green and how it used putt view technology. And you hear all the different ones. They got the lab technology, the smart lab. All these different places have different types of analytics that go with their putting green. Explain to the audience a little bit about what PuttView is like in their technology they're offering.
Yeah, well, PuttView was really Ben Rich's brainchild.
Oh, it is?
Well, putting it in here.
Gotcha,
It's not his company,
gotcha,
but
gotcha.
I want to
Right.
give him credit.
Yeah, no, okay.
It's,
Yeah, no, I
it's a
gotcha.
German-based company, but it was Ben's idea to put that in here because that space could be retail, it could be a pro shop, it could be a gym, it could be a lot of things. But Ben saw the value in the putting training because so many people lack that. You see at a golf course, they go to the range, they warm up, they hit balls, and they don't go to the putting green even before they play. So a training system is very valuable, and this could give you, again, by the naked eye, it looks like just a flat synthetic putting green, but there's contour to it. It can track your putt. It shows you the undulation of the green. There's a tempo timer. There's a lot of games, and there's all kinds of drills that, ladder drills and stuff that professionals do out there. And you could do it indoor space here. It's included in the membership, so there's no additional charge, and people really benefit from it.
So talk to me about the membership aspect of it. I'm someone that lives in the area. I'm looking to, play a little bit, whether it's super hot weather like it is nowadays or the middle of the winter when it's cold out. What's a membership look like? Is it something that the random public can come in here as well and buy an hour if something? Talk to me a little bit about that aspect of it.
Yeah, we have both.
Okay.
Certainly we take people that, come in off the street and just want to either play on vision or just hit balls in practice, and that's fine. The value or the cost effectiveness is really when you take on a membership. In the longer term, for example, like an annual membership, we call it Gold, which is 12 months. We have a summer special you can get as low as $1,200. So basically it's $100 a month for an hour of simulator time a day, and you can come as much as you want. So that's really where it gets into it. We also have for people on a schedule, because the one thing is I can tell you about the equipment and how it's going to benefit you and all that stuff, but I have no idea what people's lives are outside of here. And we want to make it a good investment that they're investing in their game and can improve, but based upon their time commitment that they could put in. So we have a monthly subscription membership that's kind of like an Amazon Prime or a gym membership where you pay $25 a month, and then you're locked in, but you pay as you go. As opposed to $50 an hour, you pay $20 when you come in because you're paying that monthly subscription. So there's really something for everybody. Because, and then of course when you build on lessons and then range hours after work, it's the analogy I always give is like if you go to a gym and hire a personal trainer, but only go during your training sessions. You're going to get a great workout once a week. You're going to be sore for the rest of the week, but you're not really going to see any gains. So to come in, reinforce some lesson work and the stuff you see on the machines with practice time on the bays, that's a good recipe for success.
Yeah, it certainly will. And it's definitely like, this is very, not that you can't play or you can't come and play 18, but it is very practice driven here. That's the feeling I get when it comes.
Yeah, there's a lot of places in the area and nationally they're popping up all over that are restaurant, bar themed. It's more of a recreation kind of thing, a night out on the town, bunch of buddies getting together. While you can do that here, by playing around a golf, bring in 3 buddies and play Bethpage or Pebble Beach or St. Andrews. The focus, our clientele is really performance driven. They want to improve. They want to see how what they're doing, the data correlation and the video correlation, they can change their game and benefit from it. So that's the again, the vision by David and by Ben was to grow through instruction. That's how we're going to get our members, is by instructors coming in and making them better, and then word of mouth spreads and people want to come here to improve their game.
Yeah, one of the things I thought that really stood out to me was when we were talking beforehand was how 40% of the membership is women-based. And I feel like that's something you and I have talked a lot about, women and females and girls being like the untapped market, about that is where the next explosion in golf is going to be. It was COVID now. The average male wasn't playing golf, and now he is. But that female is the next going to be the catapult. They take it even further. And to find out that you already had, roughly 40% of your membership is female, I think is unbelievable. Speak to that, about how you're able to more or less recruit that high of a percentage of women to come here.
Yeah, it's great. It's a testament to the store. I think that people feel comfortable on the technology in the indoor space because it takes out the intimidation factor. You know, you go to an outdoor range and everything is distance and direction predicated. And here, I think the ladies that we have are really focused, you know, on that video and the data driven as a point to technology, and very, very loyal. I mean, you could set your watch to some of our customers when they're going to come in, and it's great. Some of the ladies have free time during the day. They come in before they play. In this area, a lot of the Bergen County public courses don't have practice ranges, so people will come in and use this as a practice range to warm up before they play. And there's groups, you know, you see pockets of friends come in. Sometimes they'll warm up, they'll practice, or then they'll play on vision around the golf, and it's fun and less intimidating. Get out of the heat, like you said. Doesn't get dark in here, you know, so you don't have to worry about that.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's incredible. I mean, the other nice thing I saw too when I walked in is, you know, if you wanted, you could get your own little personal space, your own little locker up there too that you can store things in. Now, within the membership, is that kind of like a locker, an add-on if they wanted that, or does that you can buy like it in bulk more or less? With
an annual membership, the 12-month, it's included.
Gotcha.
But you can buy a locker if you want to rent it monthly.
Nice.
As well.
You know, because I think that's, you know, another nice thing to store things, and less I have to carry in and out. You know, but I think one of the things I'm also curious about is from a guy that has a golf background like yourself, you've been in the game outside now, you've been on the inside part of it. Like, what kind of separates this place from other indoor simulators that, you know, people have the option to go to or, you know, sign up for memberships? What does this place offer that others don't?
Well, I think you have to, number one, look at the Leadbetter certified instructors. I mean, David Leadbetter is, I think Golf Digest recently ranked him the number 2 instructor, you know, of the modern era behind Butch Harmon, and he's just, you know, he's a legend. So we have a standard that we have to uphold. So you can walk in here and get a legitimate instructor, someone to work with you, very friendly and cordial and so forth. I think that the setup of the facility, the physical plant, it's a well-lit, clean facility. It feels welcoming. It's a very good staff we have here. They're all very friendly. They know the customers by name. They care about the customers. We offer some really nice amenities. And again, our direction, our vision is pretty clear. We want to be a golf place. There's not, you know, booming music in the background. We'll have some slight background music on, but it's not, you know, a dance club. There's not TVs on all over the place with multiple sporting events on. And not to say that those are bad, but that's not what our customer, and that's not what our customer's looking for. They know when they want to come to golf and be in a golf environment that is female friendly, that is junior friendly, that's senior friendly. This is the place to be.
Yeah, I kind of like that. You can see, you know, to that explanation, like, this is, if I'm really looking to hone my game and work on my craft, like, this has that feel. Like, I'm coming to Golf Zone to practice. Yeah. I'm not coming to Golf Zone to party in a sense, which you could, more or less, you had that option. But the idea here is I'm coming here to grind on my game to become a better golfer.
Yep. There's not any of those other distractions. There's not the loud music. There's not TVs. You know, it's if you were a group of buddies that wanted to watch Sunday football and have drinks and whatever. Not that you can't do that here, but that's not necessarily what this lane is here.
Yeah, there's a lot of places like that are out there, and they're good. Yeah. But this is our vision, our mission is to focus on game improvement, and no matter what level. If you're a beginner, we have learn the golf programs. If you're an intermediate or you want to keep improving, we have programs for that too. Cure your slice and things like that. We're always coming up with different programs for the month. The swing evaluations is big. We're always looking to do something, and that's why people think of us when they want to improve.
Yeah, no, it makes total sense. And when it comes to like booking of the bays, obviously there's 22 total in here. Is it a way? Is I go online to book the tee time, to book the time that works for me? How do the logistics work in securing bay time for whether it's a member or a person who doesn't have a membership but is looking online per se?
Yeah, there's multiple ways. We have an app, GolfZone app, that you can download. It's a free download and just book straight through there. You can call in. We always take phone requests or even walk-ins. As we get into our high season, which basically begins October 1 and through, as you imagine, through the winter, it gets more difficult to walk in. But we always try and accommodate people, and everything is based on time. It's an hour. You get you can hit as many balls as you want for an hour. Whereas the prototypical range, you buy whatever small, medium, large, jumbo bucket, and you hit them. When you hit them, you're done, and you buy another bucket. Here, you could take the time and the hour, and if you're a rapid fire kind of guy that just or a woman that just has a quick pace of it. You get in a workout and you hit a lot of balls, or if you're a little more diligent over your practice, then you hit fewer. But either way, it works for both people.
Yeah, I like that. And I think, last thing I want to ask about is the app aspect of it, because I think being able to store the data and use it and apply it more or less when I'm on the golf course or at home looking at it. Talk to me a little bit about the app, about how it also stores the swing aspect, the video, because I thought that was a really neat, interesting piece to this that not all indoor simulators really have.
Yeah, GolfZone Global is the app that you're referring to, and it's a free download. And what you do is then there's a smart login. When you log in the machine, they'll give you a prompt you for a number. You put that number into your phone, and it interfaces with the machine. And it keeps track of what you could download your videos. You could track your data. You could do everything. You can do play, network type of play through it. There's a lot of aspects to it, and it's a nice piece. I encourage any customer, even if they're just a one-timer or infrequent, or of course a member, to download that because it's just valuable.
And if I went to a different GolfZone range at a different location, all my data, I can still log into the app and do everything there as well, right? It's not just set to Ferry Point's location. I can go anywhere that has a GolfZone range.
That's correct. Like, for example, our sister store in Westbury, New York on Merrick Avenue. You could go there, and the same thing.
Yeah, so yeah, really cool.
I did also find while we were chatting before that you hold these events and it goes through all the golf zones. So, no matter where you're playing, we're playing this week is Port Marnock, and everything's going to be the same, and you can kind of compete virtually while still working on your game and have these different tournaments.
Yeah, that's a big plus as well. That kind of separates us from other places as well. The CEO of GolfZone America, Sean Pion, came from the LPGA Tour, and it was his vision to create something called the G League. So it is, and there's G League stores, teams throughout the country that play, and there was a national championship of the G League at the PGA show, and there's a $300,000 purse. Wow. So this is something that's very appealing. Two-person teams, and they come in and they play, and we're going to be having a team here at our location very soon, as will Westbury, and that is something that people are going nuts for, because it's like the TGL, that was big.
Yeah, no
it was
doubt.
so big this year, and this is a little bit of a spin-off like that, but of course in a store, and it's exciting. It's growing by leaps and bounds.
Yeah, and as you said, like you can keep that competitiveness even at the times when it's either too hot or too cold out. You can still be doing those kind of things.
Yeah, we're going to planning on doing like a Ryder Cup against our Westbury sister store in Westbury, because of course being at Bethpage Black this year, and we can play, and they don't have to be in the same place.
Yeah.
Our team can play here, and their team can play there, and compete in two different, an hour apart from each other.
Yeah.
Middle of the winter, when this place is packed, you got all 22 bays locked and loaded. What's the energy like in this place when you just walk in here and it's just banging balls, banging balls, banging balls? What's it like in here?
Oh, it could get loud. That's when we put on a little. That's when we put on a little bit of music, so you don't hear the screens. But it's busy, and we have a very big junior program. So you'll see a lot of junior players. A lot of them are on the course now. They're playing the various tours, because it's one of the great places to be in golf. If I could get in a time machine and go back, I'd be a junior golfer now.
That's true.
Because you got access to unbelievable courses, and all these tournaments, AJGA, Hurricane Tour, all these things that are out there. But you'll see a lot of juniors here in the winter. It's a lot of activity, and it's a very congenial, friendly atmosphere. Everybody's having a good time. There's a buzz in the air. People are talking, having a good time.
Yeah. And listen, it's a great spot. It's a spot that obviously if you're looking to really improve your game, it's a no-brainer. Especially you got winter's coming along with it's hot out. I mean, so you're trying to beat the heat at some days. It's a great spot to come and visit. So, Ian, I can't thank you enough for inviting us to come over here to experience the Golf Zone Range.
Yeah, for sure.
And listen, hopefully we'll be back.
I hope so. It was great having you guys here. Love what you guys are doing. Keep promoting golf, and you're welcome anytime.